Right, so as you can see by the title and stuff, I've actually got a full-size retic. So I'm going to get it out just in a moment, but before we get it out, guys, I just want to say real quick thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop us a like. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe and smash the notification bell if you haven't already. So this retic, I've had her a little while now, a few weeks. I've kept her on the down low, just let her settle in and stuff like that, make sure she's all healthy, and then brought her into the reptile room. She's a 7-year-old retic. I'll show you her in a second, as I said, and I'll just tell you a little bit more about her then. Just so you know, guys, I'm not sure how good the audio quality is going to be on this video, just because she's a big girl, so I've got to put the camera further back, so I'm not sure how well it's going to actually pick up my voice. I apologise for that. There's nothing I can do about that. And she will be sort of reaching up and trying to grab onto things, and she might, you know, try to lock around my rack a few times. Okay, so I'm not sure how good the actual quality of the video content is going to be, but you'll get to see my new retic. You'll get to see how I interact with her and how large she is and stuff like that. And then, you know, sort of gauge for yourself then whether you'd actually want to keep it or not, and just for educational and entertainment purposes as well. But that'll be that then, guys. I'll just go get her out. And maybe at the end of this video I'll add some feeding footage as well, so stay tuned right till the end. Or anything like that, but she is really well behaved. Her parents were actually wild caught. She is a proven breeder. She's obviously full size. She was actually fed quite heavily in the past with her last owner. I know the last owner well. He's actually the dude that sold me the the pinhead pied girl that I've got here, the really good size one. So I do trust the breeder. The guy that I got her off, he didn't actually breed her himself, but he has bred her to other snakes to make super dwarf crosses, I believe. If I ever breed this girl, she'll only be going to pure madus, simply because I like the pure locality stuff. You guys know that. I'm not massively into the morphs. I do like the morphs, especially for pets and stuff, but I do think that we do need to keep some pure lines. As you can see, this girl is quite the handful to handle in this small room, but she is really well behaved though. She's not struck me or anything yet. I've got that to look forward to. Really active when she's out. She doesn't do a lot in her tank, but once she is out, she is quite the mover. She's around 8 foot in length. Okay, she's just long and skinny, perfect weight. She has had a clutch of eggs before. I'm not sure when that was. I think she might have had a clutch last year actually. I don't know if she bred prior to that, but I know she did have a clutch last year. So yeah, this is the pure madu anyway. I'm really enjoying keeping her. She's a lot of work, I will say that. It'd certainly make me think twice about getting a mainland, especially a female mainland. I'd imagine that's quite a handful. Definitely not suitable in this setup that I've got here, because when you get it out, there's just not enough space to handle it. If you've got a big room, fair enough, it won't be so bad, but in this little room, this is about as big of a snake as I'd actually want to keep. Obviously, being a pure madu, she's a pure super dwarf. Madu being one of the smallest islands that the super dwarfs occur on. It's right next to the Calator Island, so there probably is quite a bit of interbreeding between Calators and Madus in the wild, because they are very close. And the Madu Island is actually one of the smallest islands. It is only about 2 miles across. I actually don't think that the Madus live there permanently. I think that most of them originate on Calator and travel back and forth and only a few, you know, handful of actual snakes then permanently living on madu. As you know, the other little retic that I've got, the lava albino girl, she's 75% madu as well, so this is the sort of size I'm expecting it to get. Maybe a little bit smaller because she was power fed early on, but she's nice and lean now though, which is awesome really, because it'll mean that she's gonna have a nice long life with me. I wish she'd behave. This is actually a lot of work trying to get her to oh no, big problems now, guys. Big problems now. Come on, sweetheart. Oh, I know, you're a good girl. Right on cue, right? She's yeah, so she's a lot of work. I'm just about to clean her out now. I'm feeding her every other week to every 3 weeks, and I'm feeding her on 1XL rat and then 10 chicks, guinea pigs, sometimes 2XL rats, you know, like jumbo rats, the biggest size you can get. Jesus. So yeah, as you can see, she is a handful. I don't think I'll be getting her out in this room much, so you won't see a lot of her, but I will get her out now and again. But yeah, feeding, I like to try to feed her a varied diet. On the Madu Islands, they will eat a lot of birds, so I'm trying to replicate that in captivity. Obviously, as I said, she's first generation captive bred, which is pretty cool really. Just because obviously then, you know, I know that nothing has been mixed in. Both her parents were wild caught from the same island at the same time, and then she was born in captivity, so I know she is pure. I'd try to get a male in the future probably. I'm not going to rush into it, but I would also try to look for as near to being wild caught as possible without being wild caught, and then I'll keep back some of the babies so I can carry on breeding pure madus down the line when all of the others are likely to be somewhat interbred with other localities and whatnot. So I'll always be you know, keeping myself some lines of madu, and making madu available to the public as well, for anyone who wants a nice pet madu or to get into madu breeding projects or whatever. But again, I'm not going to rush it into it. She is mainly a pet for me. I'm absolutely in love with her colour and her pattern. She's a gorgeous girl. Really interesting to handle and stuff as well. But she is a lot of work in this little room. Once I get it down to my house though, it's plain sailing really, because the room is a lot bigger. I can leave her roam around and she's not going to get herself into any trouble. I don't tend to leave her roam around unless I'm in the passage or porch or whatever, you know, the little entrance bit, whatever you want to call it. I call it passage personally. I leave her roam around in there. She'll have a climb about on the courts and stuff, and she just has a good old time in there, interacting with me as well, climbing on top of me. I'll just be sitting there watching something on my phone or my tablet, or perhaps doing a bit of homework or whatever, and she'll just be enjoying herself. So thank you, thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe and smash the bell icon for daily snake videos. Yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. I'm gonna put this chunky girl in a separate tub for the minute, so I can clean out her enclosure, give her a good scrub down, get some fresh substrate and stuff in there, and then she'll be golden. But again, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Burns again displayed deep concentration and good judgment. That's it. 47 he made. Joe Denley was the first English batsman to fall. Steve Smith, the fielder. Well, he even makes his catches last as long as possible. He held on. Captain Joe Root was dropped 3 times before he got to 50. Just watch them. Siddle's chance was the simplest, although Tim Payne had the gloves to help him. Oh, down again. Still no good. And look who dropped this one. Yep, that is Steve Smith. Well, good fortune. But when Root got to 57, enter Pat Cummins.